to give us a little
Of
tour of your
course.
dwelling. So tell us a little bit
Certainly.
about it.
My house here in New England is very different than in England. Our houses here are covered with wood on the outside. That is very expensive in England, and no house I ever lived in was covered with wood. The roof is thatched like many in England, but here we have thatched it with reeds and cattails from the marsh and not with straw as we might have at home. Some houses have got reeds in England, but most have straw. The inside here is one room, so you can see in the corner here is a bed which goes to the floor for Constance, and her brother also has a bed to the floor at the night. This over here is an eel pot with which we catch eel in the river. English favourite eel, roasted eel, eel pie. It's excellent good food. And here is the bedstead upon which my husband and I sleep. The children, as I said, take their beds to the floor. On this table is where we eat and we gather. I prepare my foods here, and in this area this is my kitchen. And so here is the fire where we cook all of the things that we eat are cooked over our fire. And this is my house in New Plymouth. It's good for medicine and it's good for flavouring also. Out in the fields is where we grow our corn, and that is the work of my husband, but my daughter and I, we're always helping them out there also. Of course, the work that we do out here is in the garden and such, but where we use the things from the garden is inside the house. Why do you not come into my house and we'll see what that's like?
What we learned. Pilgrims grew vegetables and herbs in their gardens. Herbs were dried and preserved for the winter. Corn was grown in the fields around the village. Pilgrims mixed sage with salt to clean their teeth. It removed the yellow stains. The women and daughters tended to the gardens, but helped in the cornfields as well.
Good day again. My husband, we've got visitors again.
Who comes, wife?
Hey, come to the door and see. Welcome to our house.
You're welcome here, strangers.
Mayhap you've never been in a house like this. It's quite simple, is it not? And many things that we need for our life is in here.
It is so.
You might be wondering about this, aren't you? This eel pot. My son used this day to catch eel. He set it in the river so that when the tide come in, the eel swim into it. They swim right through there into this part, and they cannot get themselves out. It fills up. This place is fat with things like eel.
Fat eels.
And then brings it home, and we take off the top and reach in, and there we've got eel for our supper. Good eel pie or roasted eel. You know, you saw me in the garden earlier. These are some of the herbs that I would use. Dry them up, and I will have them all the winter time. Welcome. Now I see you're in my kitchen, right by my fire. Oh, this is my hearth. A hearth is a fire where I cook. I cook by hanging my pots on the fire and keep it closer to the fire to make it boil hotter and pull it farther up from the fire if you don't want it to boil so fast. There's other pots that I've got that can sit right on the coals. They've got feet on them. This is the Indian corn that we grow here. On the way that we will eat this is to pound it up in this mortar and pestle. And then we crush it. And that's how we get our food. Every meal we have has got this corn in it. We're eating it all the time. Some people say this town is very loud because they're always hearing people pounding their corn. But I'm grateful for it, and my husband also. We're living in this house where right next to my kitchen is the place where we sit, and right next to that is the place where we sleep. It's a very small house, but so many people can live here. We had 8-10 people living here at one time. Now there's 6 of us, so it seems quite like a bit more room now than there was before.